Hey everyone, welcome to round 9 of the GT Asia Series, which this week comes from the Shanghai International Circuit. Jonathan Green and Steve Martin bringing you the action from Shanghai. And it's interesting because we've had a long summer break, but the championship is as tight as it's ever been, and it's the closest championship we've had in years.
Oh, it certainly is. It's been to and throwing the lead of the championship over the last couple of meetings. We've got a new leader coming into this round in the Amici Liberati Lamborghini Hurricanes. So it's going to be a really exciting weekend here.
Also up there are Audi. They want to do well here, of course, in Shanghai. But we've also got a brand new team in the form of Mercedes-AMG. And when Mercedes come to play, they come to win. But all eyes will also be on Ferrari, the BBT Ferrari from Shanghai, right here in China. They too are contending for the championship. We spoke to Davide Rizzo.
Well, we had a very good year so far. We had engine failure, but this happens, and I think we having a very strong competition this year. This makes our life a bit more difficult, but I think so far we are always on top to fight for the title.
Tell everybody why this weekend is so important to you and Anthony. I mean, effectively, BBT was born here.
BBT was born here a couple of years ago, and this is our racetrack. So we came here to play every time we were free. So now we just want to show to all our fans that we are doing good, and we want to win.
Well, it's been a successful campaign for the brand new car. A couple more rounds to go. Is this your year, do you think, finally?
Well, it's still one race to go, but I would say that so far is a good year, and I hope we can take it to the end.
Well, not only is the championship on the line and it's very hot here in Shanghai, but the competition has also been very, very interesting in qualifying because Audi are pole position, but they're also at the back. Steve Martin, obviously first pole position for Alex Young. Great news for them, but Marchi Lee and his teammate in trouble.
Yeah, Marchi Lee's definitely going to have to charge through the field, especially if he's going to try and keep those championship hopes, aspirations alive. But the thing that got me about qualifying this time around was how close it was. 0.4 of a second over the top 5 and less than a second over the top 10. It's going to be a really epic battle.
All the cars behind us waiting for Parc Ferme, and any one of them could win this race, including the Lamborghinis, the Bentleys, and of course the Ferraris. It's all to play for, but Audi are pole position. Let's take a look now at the highlights of round 9. Safety car coming off by the looks of things, and when he does come off, we will be ready to go. And as you can see, and as you say, Steve, they are lining up side by side to go racing here. If the stewards and the race director feels that they are all in line and ready to go, we will drop the lights and we will be racing here for round 9. Shanghai in Asia for GT Asia, as away we go. Good start from Alex Young, his first pole position in a few years. The Bentley got away well too, but it is Young who leads the way for Audi.
Yeah, it's good to see Alex Young. He was really upbeat today. He got that first pole position in the Audi, and he needs to get a great result here if he can. He hasn't had a win in that car yet, but of course Marchi Lee has. So everything to play for the silver Audi R8 today.
Through the snail for the first time they go, which is corner 2, 3 and 4, and then opening it up through the kink of 5 here at Shanghai. Very interesting circuit, very technical circuit. Another Hermann Tilke design, opened in 2004 and still celebrated in Formula One, but perfect for GT Asia.
Porsche, we haven't talked much about the Porsche, but they're in with a big shot too. I don't know, Richard Lyons did a great job in qualifying and he's up there in 4th position at the moment, so hopefully he can maintain that pace throughout the race. Especially, we haven't really mentioned yet, but the heat that we've got out there at the moment, this is the hottest that we've been all year. It's up near 40 degrees at the moment. It's so hot out there.
Good battle for 9th and 10 between Venter and Rizzo. Venter currently in the Bentley in 9th position, in the green and white, here he is. And you can see getting a lot of pressure from Rizzo, who tucks up behind the larger size Bentley, the 488. Very quick indeed here at Shanghai this weekend, but very tight indeed too as we head into the tight corner again. With turn 14 and 15, and then onto the main straight again. Try as he might, Young trying to get away, and he's put in a couple of good laps. Last lap of 2:10.5. We'll check him out this time as they come onto the main straight and past the start finish again. Whoa, here comes the BBT Ferrari.
Yep, through on the inside, and look, that's Sean Dong
as well. And just behind him, Carlo Van Dam in the 458 Ferrari.
Jonathan Venter obviously having some sort of issues working his way backwards through the pack, unfortunately for him.
And Adley Fong's just behind, and ominously so as well, because look at this, here comes Adley Fong.
Yeah, I mean, what a weekend Adley Fong's had. He turned that car around into the wall earlier on practice on Friday, and then they had a issue where the pipe came off the turbo, so they lost all turbo boost and qualified way at the back of the pack.
They touched for a moment, the Bentley and the Audi then. Big moment there for Sean Dong.
Yeah, Jonathan Venter, of course, is not one to give up. He's going to get everything he can.
Well, what's interesting is that the two Italians, Liberati and Amici, only really came to the fore at Fuji last time out with a very, very big weekend for them, which vaulted them into the championship lead, and they started today with 94 points each. Just a few points, Davide Rizzo on 85 with Anthony Liu the same, and then down to 75 points for Sean Thong and Marchi Lee. So it's very much in the balance, this championship. 2 races this weekend, and then the final round in October.
That gap now, Jonathan, Alex Young is just doing a good job. He's just managed to open that gap up to 1.1, just so it's about just a second, just over a second gap now back to Duncan Tappy and Cheng just behind them. All of the cars at the moment on that 207.1 lap time, basically all the way back to 4th angle as well with a similar sort of time. Fastest man on track though is Rizzo back in 9th position.
Yeah, well, you can see it here on camera just how quick he is, because he's putting massive pressure on Edoardo Liberati of Italy.
Yeah, he's really got that 488 Ferrari wound up, trying to find a way past. Of course, the BBT team out of Shanghai here, they really, if they know any track, they know this track, and that man, Davide Rizzo, has been living in Shanghai for 10 years.
And all the two Bentleys on track together, and this has been a good run so far from Adley Fong. He's got right up to the number 8 Bentley. And Venter and Sauer, of course, and Keta Sauer, we know how good he can be around here. He'll be in the 2nd stint. But now, as you can see, Adley Fong trying to get past and pushing and putting lots of pressure on the number 8.
Been doing a lot of racing miles as well as Adley Fong. He's been in the US of A at Utah, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been on a couple of podiums last weekend, in fact, just a few days ago in Salt Lake City. So busy boy. Cracking race at the front between Young, Tappy and Cheng, because they've been glued together, the top 3. Maro Engel's starting to make some inroads on them. His last lap at 207.3. We expected him, he's actually on the same pace as Young. And you can see visibly catching there as they come to the end of the long straight. The Mercedes in fine fettle. And just weaving his way through traffic now. Eduardo, oh, he makes a mistake though, there's Liberati. And he's liberated the Porsche, the number 88 Interrush Porsche of Richard Lyons. So this is an almighty battle going on here, and very important places. Once again, the BBT Ferrari starts to line himself up for an overtake. Davide Rizzo, light flashing on the Lamborghini after that mistake. And in fact, that's actually Antonuzzi in the number 55. Well, interestingly enough, no, there's been a real change around here, because it is Liberati under pressure from the 37 as they go through the complex.
Yeah,
and it was the second.
No, what's happening? These guys are catching up to the Lamborghini in front. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
So,
Antonuzzi is the leading Lamborghini is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, that's correct. But that's been the case. But the thing, Jonathan, is that they're both catching the leading group in front now. So
Oh, that's a very
he's through,
bold manoeuvre. I thought they touched for a moment, but through goes Rizzo.
and he's not giving him any room. Look at that.
Not at all. And just behind them is the all-gold Audi of Sean Thong.
What a great job Sean Thong's doing too. He's really bringing that car back into the field. Remember, he started a long way back, and he's going to hand over to Marchie Lee halfway through this race. Expect that car to finish strong. Look at Tappy. He started a long way through.
He almost bumped into the back of the Audi then. And massive pressure for Alex Young, who won't be denied though. He loves this Shanghai circuit just as much as anyone.
I think Alex wants this win more than anything. He was beaming this morning when you spoke to him. He said he hasn't had a pole position for a couple of years.
Even in the Audi R8 Cup, I was about to explain, if you know Alex Young and if you watched his career, of course he made it to the dizzy heights of Formula One. But since then, for the last few years, he's been very much an Audi R8 driver, as is Marchie Lee, and they continue to race in the Audi Cup as well. So there's nobody better to drive that R8 than that man, Alex Young, right now. He's under immense pressure from the Bentley. Oh no! The Lamborghini is out!
Is that 55? 15, it was the 15.
It was the 15 of Antonuzzi.
Oh.
The window is open, but like I said, I don't expect the top four to come in. Who should we be looking at, though, in terms of the most crucial pit stop?
Well, I'll tell you what, you want to keep an eye on the number 13 car, because it's not got, it's only going to have a 75-second pit stop from what I can see at the moment. So that number 13 car is sitting in the box seat at the moment. Engel is also in a good position there in fourth, but it depends on the speed of the second driver that gets into that car.
So too Alex Young, though.
Alex Young is in a very good position as well, because he hasn't had the success of some of the other drivers lately, but also Tappy is in a good position as well.
Oh, Tappy does do exactly that.
But he's on the outside.
He taps past.
Excellent move there by Tappy.
Nicely on the inside, and through goes Tappy into the lead, past Alex Young at the pit window, and now surely Alex will try to gather himself together, but now Tappy trying to make hay, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Tappy knows that he's got to hand the car over to Vuticorn, but he wants to try to give him precious seconds, quite literally, ahead of the drivers that will all come in their second position.
The thing that Alex
Here's another look at the overtake.
Nips up the inside there, great. We saw him earlier in the race holding a tight line. He was able to hold the tighter line.
Just a little bit of nudging.
Yeah, but he's through, and you can just see the front push of the Audi there. Alex Young struggling a little bit with that. 6 minutes 30 left. There's the number 96 car, of course. That is...
Secondly, yeah.
Yep.
Duncan Tappy.
Oh, this is not going to work out.
Perilously close, yeah, and sure enough,
lucky.
I expected one of the Audis at least to come in.
So Duncan Tappy still maintaining ground. He can catch up to Sauer in front, but Sauer now has definitely picked up his pace, and it's going to be a lot more difficult for the number 9 car to catch up.
Group M boys are out and almost clipping the front of the leaders there, and this is where it gets a little complicated. You can see the number 98 of John O'Lester in the mix as the leaders come through. He's got to stay out of the way for now, and they're not going to like that much. In comes the lone Lamborghini.
But look at John O'Lester at the back of the group there. He's going to be relishing in this. Driving with this quality of field. John O'Lester, good to see him out there on the back of the pack at the moment.
Yeah, well, Lester getting in the way there, and Bastian catching up with Engel, and I think that was because of Lester kind of getting in the fray for a moment, and that's allowed Bastian to catch up. No love lost there. This is a one-off drive, effectively, for the Mercedes, and they'll take each other on for sure, and they are side by side. Look at this. Great racing here from Shanghai. You're watching GT Asia around the world. Jonathan Green and Steve Martin bringing you the action, and it's fast and furious, quite literally, here in Shanghai. Duncan Tappy leads the way, and he's about to do his pit stop.
Alex Young hits the indicator accidentally.
Right, now we're starting to see the big boys coming in, and in fact now picking up the lead will be Cheng. He's going to do one more lap. The important news is that Tappy is in, and so too is Alex Young. Now, pressure on the number 55, of course, Liberati and Amici. Amici at the wheel, and Amici just getting used to it. Here we go, here are the leaders. Tappy coming in, right behind him is Alex Young. They'll swap cars now. Vuticorn will jump in.
The Mercedes in behind there, the number 66 car, of course, of Nico Bastian and Matthew Solomon. They'll be having a little bit of extra time due to the fact that they're a silver-silver pairing.
So this is your race leader, the number 13. And I mean, to some, Frankie Cheng leading the race, I don't know, would be a surprise for others, not.
You know what? He's been up there all weekend as Frankie Cheng. He's really put in a good effort.
Mind you, he's got to come in now because he's not going to get round again. He's going to get penalised if he doesn't. Out comes Matthew Solomon, the man I've been talking about. There is the number 9 of Vuticorn at the wheel now in the Bentley. So, the pit window about to close, just 30 seconds to go in our compulsory pit stop. That's what happens here, and in comes the leader and the number 68 as well. Maro Engel will hand over the car to his Chinese teammate, and that's been a good stint by the German, who is without doubt one of the leading GT drivers, especially for Mercedes. Had a fantastic career with Mercedes AMG GT3.
Oh!
Whoa! 2 Ferraris and a Bentley don't go.
2 Ferraris.
The Bentley lost
Kim.
out.
Yeah, Andrew Kim just getting in, of course. He's had a win as well for Bentley. Won in Korea, his home track. So Andrew Kim just getting in the car and getting to grips.
Here we go.
Up the inside. He tries to go around the outside. Can't do it.
I think actually the 458 just seemed to break weirdly because the BBT went to the inside, the Bentley went to the outside.
He had to do it. He braked too late. If he didn't swerve, he would have run into the back of him. He didn't want to do that, so that was the only action to take in reality.
Jono Lester at the wheel of the 98 now in the Porsche Sutton Lester entry.
I want to keep an eye on Anthony Liu as well in the BBT Ferrari at the moment. 208.8 is his lap time. He was the fastest man on track last time around. Except for that golden Marchi Lee, of course.
Yeah, well, Marchi Lee also I noticed in the background when that incident we just saw took place. There he is, just in the background there.
If there's ever a master coming through the pack, it is Marchi Lee.
It is.
And he will be sniffing victory at the moment, even though it doesn't look like it from where we sit. We've got a long way to go in this race.
Look at this, Ferrari, Mercedes, Bentley, Audi behind. Perfect racing from GT Asia, just what we'd hoped for here from Shanghai. It's been a fantastic season, 2016. It really doesn't get any better. And more and more manufacturers coming in. And great to see Mercedes coming this weekend, and you can see they're up for it. The lights flashing on the 66. Solomon in the mood as he tries to put a hurt on the number 12 of Pitipir Bakti. Bakti's not to be intimidated, especially after that run in Fuji. Really good there, but through goes the 66.
Yeah, nice little bit of a tap there.
Seems to be the favourite place to overtake in that complex after the first corner.
Yeah, it's definitely a good little spot where you can just nip up the inside there, and Solomon did a great job to get through. Look at the gap that he's pulled already.
The gap out the front now, we've all settled down, is 2.8 seconds to in second place. Sun is in third, but some 14 seconds off the lead, but there's a mighty battle then. 3 seconds the gap between Vuticorn, who's doing a very good job and circulating well, though not as quick as Alex O at the moment. Up comes the inside of the 2 Italians, and Amici trying to get past our champion winning car last year anyway, that of, I'm thinking of course of Daryl O'Young and Biren Bakti.
Yeah, Toy Biren Bakti there just had to give way, the Lamborghini through.
And Amici makes up a place. Back with the BBT Ferrari, the Shanghai-based BBT Ferrari. Marchi Lee again making another place up, this time on the former leaders. The Cheng Sun combination and number 13 Audi. Marchi Lee just marching on quite literally through the field. It's another classic Marchi race. Now there's Marchi Lee in the background, just behind the Mercedes. He hasn't got past, in fact. Thought he had for a moment.
Well,
he's still there.
With the conditions changing the weather.
Alex goes to the outside.
You've got to go to the inside, I reckon.
Yeah,
but if he can get a good drive up.
Well, he did. He got a good sling then. That's exactly what he was hoping for. He's side by side with the Bentley. This is the race. This is round 9. They almost touch. They come to the last corner. The Bentley holds him off. Vuticorn doing a brilliant job the time, but Alex O, the Hong Kong driver, won't be denied. It's a drag race down the main straight. Who's going to give in? 2 minutes to go. Oh, what racing! Bentley, Audi, and Ferrari.
He's definitely got to try and go to the inside, Jonathan, if he can do something. Vudekorn under immense pressure at the moment. I haven't seen a race like this in a long time.
Wow, this is brilliant. Oh, Anthony Liu! Here he comes, he's all over it.
And Anthony Liu wants this.
2:49 last time out, he was 3 seconds quicker again.
Yeah, he definitely wants this. He made a mistake, but he's regrouped and he's looking at the win. He's looking at victory.
Well, 1 minute we were talking about Alex taking his first victory. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah, it's not looking good for him now, but a little bit of a gap for Intrapuvasak up front now. He's pulled away. But
GT Asia doing fantastic stuff here. Has 3 different marks, all going for it.
He's going around the outside.
Ferrari up to second with Anthony Liu.
What a maneuver.
Nicely done by the Shanghai man. Wonderful stuff. Into second place now. 1 more to go, Anthony. You can do it.
Well, I don't know. It's going to be difficult. That gap is looking ever increasingly big with only half a lap left. But if anybody can do it, it's Anthony Liu. Well, look at the slide.
Anthony Liu's had good luck and bad luck here in Shanghai. Finally, will it be his day? Vudekorn stands in his way in the Bentley, but there's time in this lap to do it. He's got the long straight, and maybe if he can tuck himself behind the Bentley, he's got a chance. O's not out of it either. Anybody makes a mistake now and they're in trouble.
I can tell you what's going through his head right now, and it's win it or bin it.
Well, it's a case of that. Vudekorn hanging on for dear life in the big bad Bentley, but here comes the Ferrari, the brand new red and yellow Chinese Ferrari of BBT.
Well, this
looking
is it.
for victory.
This is it. He's got to try up the inside here if he can. He's got to try up the inside.
1 more corner to go. Round 9 coming to a conclusion. Vudekorn holding on for dear life.
Look, he's going up the inside. He's got good drive out. He's round the outside. He's in a good position.
But he's going to be on the outside.
This is where he made the mistake last time through. Vudekorn holds him wide.
What a brilliant defensive drive by Vudekorn.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
He's going to hold on the Bentley side by side. Photo finish. And I think it's going to be Ferrari at home. Wins. And Anthony Liu takes a famous victory here for Ferrari in the number 37 BBT Ferrari as Liu wins here in a monumental race. The rain played its role, but we saw some superb driving, and Anthony Liu drove out of his skin in that race to win at home. And great racing. It is Ferrari that beat Bentley with Audi in third, and Jung taking third place with Alex O, and Thong and Lee taking fourth place. Great drive from Marchi Lee as always. 7 seconds adrift though of the winners. Liberati and Amici made it up to 5th place, and that is a good result for them too, given that with a couple of laps to go when the rain started to pour down, they were down in 10th position. 16th year Anthony Liu to take the title. Well, it's certainly starting to look that way. He does the Usain Bolt. Well, he was pretty much on world record 100-meter, 200-meter pace there.
I don't know. He got that last 100 metres perfect, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Which was what he needed to do. And in fact, the last from when it started to spit with rain, he did a brilliant job. But I don't take anything away from Intrapuvasak. Intrapuvasak did a great job as well.
Anthony Liu, that was a fantastic race. What were the chances of that happening? And the weather probably played into your hands.
Well, I told my engineer after quali, I said rain is good for us. So it's good for us.
Hard work, Davide. What was it like to watch from the garage?
It was crazy, but I knew as soon the drop starts to come down, he's going to win. I knew that.
Here's how the championship stands at the moment, and now Edoardo Liberati and Andrea Amici have lost their championship lead for a moment. Well, it's all equal, I suppose, but after that win, Liu with 103, Rizzo, Liberati and Amici all there, and incredible when you consider it. Marchi Lee still in the throes of it, 85 points. He and his teammate Sean Thong, and then Adderley Fong, 82 points. Andrew Kim with him. Vudekorn getting good points there. He too now on 82 points. What a season this has been, and how close is it? The top 4 drivers all on the same points. And Rizzo and Liu for BBT Ferrari 4888, the brand new 488 Ferrari, winning in Asia again. Well, no question about it, Shanghai International Circuit definitely gave us the best racing of the year for round 9, and a brilliant win for the team behind us, BBT Ferrari, but they're now equal with the team next to them, the Lamborghinis.
Yeah, who could have picked it going into the next round that would be even on the point score. But what a race it was. Anthony Liu and David Arizzo really played that race to perfection. And in the wet towards the end of the race, Anthony Liu had the drive of the year for me.
Yeah, no question about it. They really have now put their mark down to see if they can win this 2016 championship. But boy, is it close. Round 10 will also be from the Shanghai International Circuit. Join us next time for all the action from GT Asia.